Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Come on in. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Let's see. What do we got going on? Let me make sure that popped up on my phone. Hello, Audra. Hi, Laurel. Oops. I turned down my volume. I'm just sitting here watching the Starlight Parade with Tanya. I'm tired. I have had a busy day. Hello, hello. There is Tara. There is Joanne Franklin. Hi, my friend. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome in. Laura Jam is here. David T. Hello, humans. Holly's here. Green Giant 54 is here. Elena Malgiri is here. Can't wait. You're ready. April Princess. Hello. Kenzie Putnam. I'm going to go ahead and put up the join code for you guys tonight. Robin Delaney, hello. Welcome in. DisneyGirlKim, you're watching the parade also? I know. That's why I schedule it at 9:30 because we're kind of like multi-streaming. I like to watch too. So this works out well. So I thought, you know what? I bet we can get in our round of trivia while we're waiting for fireworks. So we may miss a little bit of fireworks, but we can probably get it in, and then we can roll right on back out to the second round of the Starlight Parade too. So, Kristen Dubois, hello. Maria's here. Oh, you're checking it out for the first time. Well, Maria, I will go over how it all works for you. Let's see. 2 more nights of Honky Tonk Angels. Oh, how's your daughter doing in that? I hope that's going well for her. Sorry, you guys, you're getting like half a view tonight. It's me and Opal here in the chair tonight. Gidget is not with us. Thank the good Lord. She is in the bedroom. Jess got Disney is here. Hello, Jess. Roy and Mary Garcia. Hello. Ready for another round? I got a good one lined up for you guys tonight. First of all, of course, you guys all know Opal. She had not seen her mommy in 3 days. And she was so happy this evening when I picked her up. Oh, Joseph, you can't play tonight. You just got your power on. Well, okay, that's fine. I am so happy that you got your power back on. Trust me, living in Kentucky, I lose my power all the time. It is not fun. Hello, Amy. All right, let me go ahead and share my stream and pull up the quiz. Da, 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 da. Oops, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Close that out. Okay. Live streaming. There we go. We're going to unlock. Go to my quiz and launch. All right. Okay. If you would like to play trivia with us, go to the website play.myquiz.org. It's right here on my screen. This website right here, play.myquiz.org. And you're going to enter this join code that you see over here on the right-hand side of your screen. 00908334. There's Yacht and Beach Angie. So 00908334 is tonight's join code. Once you do that, it's going to have you choose a username. All I ask is keep it family friendly. And then you'll be ready to play. The way trivia works with us is that the questions are going to pop up on your screen. The person who answers the question the most accurate and fast, okay, so it's accuracy plus speed, will end up winning the most points. and then it tracks the points for everybody until we get to the end of the question bank. At the end, we'll know who has the most points and who's tonight's winner. Hi, BJ. You need the thing. You need the thing. So it's play.myquiz.org, and the join code for tonight is 00908334. Yacht and Beach Angie, can you drop the link to play.myquiz.org in here for everybody? That would be great. April Princess is in. She's ready. Hi, Christina G. Hello. Charles is here. Good evening, foolish mortal. No, you didn't miss it, BJ. You're fine. You're fine. We're not ready to start quite yet. I'm giving everybody a little bit of time to get in. Yeah, so it's Yacht and Beach Angie. Just put the link for you in the chat. Maria's in. Angie, drop it again with an HTTP so that it actually turns into a link. Or Amy, if one of you guys could drop that in there. I see we have 30 users registered so far. Hi, Nathan. Jess is in. She's ready to play. There we go. Amy's got it in there for us. So there's your link to play. John Ettinger, hello. You're in and ready. Oh, the missus is going to kick your gear in trivia tonight. All right. So you guys know I like to mix things up for you. I like to keep it interesting. I like to make it challenging. But at the same time, I always try and pitch a few softballs in there. So, so that there's some that we can be like, yes, okay. So even if you think you are the worst trivia player in the world, you can still play. You can still have a good time, and you will get some of the answers right. I have learned so much just in the weeks we've been doing this. I have learned so much about Disney World things I didn't know, just from doing the research to get the questions. Oh, it's okay, Angie. Sorry, I forgot that you were on the phone with Disney. So, fun fact: Yacht and Beach Angie is my sister, and we are going on vacation next week, and we're going to Disney World. Shock, shock. So I'll be back down in Disney World next week. I'll be live streaming a lot next week. So you guys will get sick of seeing me. But yeah, your game name is I Beat My Cancer Tonight. Woot, woot, woot. John, that is, oh my gosh, that like gives me chills. I'm so happy to hear that. I am so happy to hear that. Oh, best news ever. Christina G. I need to do Keys to the Kingdom. I do need to do Keys to the Kingdom. Yep. Someday I will. Someday I will. My streams may very well help you script a return here next year in Walt Disney World. Yay! Yep, John is cancer free. John, we're so happy. We're all supporting you and celebrating with you. Okay, I'm going to give you guys your 2-minute warning, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's topic for trivia. You guys ready? Drum roll. Today's topic is true or false. Statements. I'm going to drop statements on you guys, and you'll have to decide, is it true or false? So this could get really interesting because I know you are going to be all about that speed, but are you going to be accurate? So you'll have to think about it before you hit that button. And yes, if you could hit the like button for me on your way in, that would be great. I really appreciate it. If there's anybody new here and you're finding my stream and my channel for the first time tonight, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I get down to Disney World about once a week. I like to live stream in the parks. Usually what I do is I fly in because I have a Frontier Go Wild Pass, so I fly in super, super, super cheap. And then I'll live stream, have my fun Disney day, share it with you guys, and then I'm right back out of here. I fly home. So yesterday I changed my flight. Let me tell you what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I changed my flight. Um, when we were in the parking lot, we hadn't even got to the park yet. And I was like, I really got to make sure that I don't get delayed or that I don't get canceled because I needed to pick up a shift and work today. I needed to work like all day, open to close. And I was like, So I thought, I don't know, my gut was just telling me that maybe I should change my flight. So I changed my flight and I took an earlier flight home. I'm so grateful I did because guess what happened? The flight that I would have been on last night did not get, it got so delayed because of a security problem. Like that's a new one for me. Never heard of a security problem before. Um, I mean, it wasn't like a technical problem. The crew didn't time out. I mean, it wasn't weather. It was security compliance. And that flight did not get back in until 3:30 a.m. So I so made the right decision I know I said goodbye to you guys a little bit earlier yesterday on the stream, but I did the right thing. So, all right. Are you guys in? Again, play.myquiz.org. Even if you join after we've started, that's okay. You can still play. Matthew Kent, if you would like to play, go to play.myquiz.org and enter the join quiz. Amy just dropped the link and enter that join quiz and choose a username and you'll be all set and ready to play. All right. Yeah, thank you for all the likes. Jessica Pilarski, Jess Friends is here. Hi, Jess. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I'm going to hit start. There will be 40 questions tonight instead of 30, okay? I know you guys are used to 30, but y'all ready to go? Let's get this show on the road. We've got fireworks to watch later. Or am I sure that I want to start the game? Yes. Cheryl's ready to fail. Cheryl, you actually won a game here not too long ago. I do send a prize out to the winner. All right, here we go. It is counting down 10, 9, 8, 7. You get my snarky game show host comments along the way with this game. 3, 2, 1. Here's your first true and false question. Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom reaches speeds of over 60 miles per hour. Is that true or false? Who's going to start out in the lead in tonight's game? Who had the fastest finger? True or false? 1 second left. Get your answer in there. We have 50 people playing tonight so far. Marissa, congratulations. You popped out in the very beginning. That is false. Space Mountain only goes 28 miles per hour. So it may feel like over 60, but it's only 28 miles an hour. So we've got Melissa, Jamie's back. Hi, Jamie. Don W, Audra, Mike D, all in our top 5. Holly's in there, Tooth Fairy, Jess Friends. We're moving on to question 2. Question 2. The Haunted Mansion's ballroom scene uses real glass to create the ghostly illusions. Is that true or false? She's already beating you. She'll rub it in too, right, Gen X? All right, you got 5 seconds to get your answers in there. Will Marissa hang on to the lead? And the answer is that is true. The technology for the glass is it's actually a projection that is projected off of a very special type of glass that they use. So I actually knew that one because especially the ballroom scene is actually behind it and it's projecting the images forward. So you were eating a pretzel. Okay, so that will slow you down. You lay it down and you got to move on. Number 3, there are 2 separate tracks on Expedition Everest. Is that true or false? You're right, Amy. It's called Pepper's Ghost. Exactly. It's called Pepper's Ghost. Here we go. You've got 5 seconds left. Let's make your choice there. Are there 2 separate tracks on Expedition Everest. Time's up. No, there is one track, so that is false. But that track has a switch, and that's how it moves over so that you go backwards. Is it does the switch, and then it switches you back again to go forward. So yes, the two tracks are the Matterhorn, but Expedition Everest is a single track coaster. So let's do a quick check here and see how we're doing. We've got Dominic in the lead. Dominic, congratulations. Mopar Mike's here again. Hi, Mike, 71. Mr. Fredrickson's in third. We've got Jess Friends in fourth. Mike D in fifth. And then rounding out our top 10, we have Laurel, The Incredibles, Nate, Amy, Kevin N, and Bobby in our top 10. I love seeing all these new names. Welcome, everybody who's playing for the first time. You're in the top 10, Gen X. Yay. All right, let's see who can stay there. We're going to roll on with our fourth question. All right, true or false? Test Track in Epcot was originally sponsored by Goodyear. You'd rather have the riddles. I'll do more riddles. I got a lot of good feedback on the riddles. Hi, Robert Sprite. Welcome in. Test Track in Epcot was originally sponsored by Goodyear. What do we think? Was it sponsored by Goodyear? You guys knew that? Oh, that's a pretty close to 50-50. It's actually false. It was not sponsored originally by Goodyear. It was sponsored by General Motors. So General Motors was the first. Oh gosh, the cat's trying to come over here. General Motors was the first sponsor of Test Track. So who's rode Test Track since it's been back? I did not ride it the other day. So Swish Willie. Lindsay's in the chat. Lindsay, are you going to be competitive on the sidelines? Yep, GM is the sponsor. You do better with multiple choice. I understand that. Yeah, Lindsay's working on her AC at her house. All right, Mr. Fredrickson's in the lead. We've got Mike D in second, Jamie in third. Jamie, your dad's beating you. Jess Friends and Bobby. I see Yacht Beach Dangy in there, which, by the way, even though she's my sister, she does not get any sneak peeks at the questions. She has no idea what I've written. Kendi Wren, welcome. Welcome to the top 7. We've got Marty, Matthew Kent, and Flipper88 in our top 10. Going into question 5. All right, here we go. She's too hot to be competitive. The Yetis in Expedition Everest are fully functional and move regularly. Now, y'all better all get this one. The Yetis in Expedition Everest are fully functional and move regularly. Is that true or false? Emmy, do not come over here. And the answer is, it is false. That darn Yeti has not worked in how many years now? And Mr. Fredrickson's holding on to the lead there with Mike D and Marissa hot on his tail there. But yeah, I wish they would fix the Yeti, but everything I've been told is that it would be such an expensive fix that it's much cheaper for them to just use the projection screen that they use now for that. So that's what that is. Christina Brooker, hello, welcome. Y'all are about to be it's not a photo bomb. What do you call it? Like a video bomb. My cat's about to make a big leap. She's trying to figure out a sneaky way to get over here. So we're going to have Emmy showing herself here shortly. Maybe she'll move on. All right, question 6. Kilimanjaro Safaris is larger than the entire Magic Kingdom. Is that true or false? Kilimanjaro Safaris is larger than the entire Magic Kingdom. True or false? I know. She says she knows. And the answer is true. That is true. Kilimanjaro Safaris, the amount of land that they have just for that attraction is larger. Think about it, the savannah, the whole area there, it's larger than the entire Magic Kingdom. So looks like 64% of you knew that, or at least made a good guess at it. And we've got Mr. Fredrickson still hanging onto the lead with 32 points, but tied with Mike D. So the Tower of Terror ride vehicle makes a full 360-degree rotation during the ride. Y'all know this one. This is one of the softballs I threw you. The Tower of Terror ride vehicle makes a full 360-degree rotation during the ride. And the answer is no, it doesn't. It goes into that little crate and it goes down and up, down and up, down, and then it comes back out of the crate and then it turns sideways and it goes and drops you off. When I'm back next week, we'll ride Tower of Terror. You guys remember that I promised you that. So assuming it's not like a 60-minute wait or something, we'll ride Tower of Terror. I love streaming Tower of Terror. All right, here we go with our next question. On Pirates of the Caribbean, the drop is only 14 feet. Is that true or false? What do you think? On Pirates of the Caribbean, the drop is only 14 feet. Mr. Fredrickson held on to the lead. And answers in. That is true. I got about 2/3 of you got that one right. It feels like the drop is more, but it's only 14 feet. Fun fact, my niece used to be terrified of that drop and to the point where we couldn't get her to ride Pirates of the Caribbean with us. Now she's all about it. But as a youngin', she wasn't going there. That drop would get her. Number 9, the Liberty Square riverboat used, past tense, underwater tracks to guide its path. The Liberty Square riverboat used underwater tracks to guide its path. Is that true or false? I know, Laurel. Rest in peace, Liberty Square riverboat. If y'all haven't didn't get to see any of the videos or vlogs or live streams, I actually got to be on the very last trip that the riverboat took. So check out my stream from a couple weeks ago about that, and just forward towards the end of the night, and you can see it was pretty special. It was pretty special. Please stop flipping the true and false for A versus B. I told you that you guys had to really watch where you're pushing your buttons. I wondered if I'd catch anybody on that. All right, so we've got Mr. Fredrickson still ahead, and his daughter Jamie's right behind him. We've got Bobby in 3rd, Marty's in 4th, we've got Mike D in 5th, and then rounding out our top 10 is Flipper, Marissa, Holly W, Momar Mike, and Jess Friends. All right, let's move on to the next question. It looks like I got a couple of you on that. Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Truth or false? Joseph says truth or false. Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. And you guys probably all know this one. It's true. Yes, it is. That is what it stands for. That one's kind of easy. 87% of you got that. Oh, and with that, Jamie jumps up into the lead. We've got Marissa in 2nd, Bobby in 3rd, Marty in 4th, and Mr. Fredrickson drops down to 5th. He plummeted. from first to fifth. But this is the beauty of this game is anybody can bounce right back up. Even if you're not in the top 10 right now, you can get there pretty quickly. Hollywood Studios was the last of the 4 parks to open in 1989. Hollywood Studios was the last of the 4 parks to open in 1989. Is that true or false? Holly. I told you it's about speed and accuracy. And that is false. So Hollywood Studios did open in 1989. However, Animal Kingdom was the last park to open, or the most recent park to open. Yep, Animal Kingdom came last. So got you on the flipped answers. You got to watch what you got to watch. You got to watch. Here we go with our next one. The Germany Pavilion in Epcot has a small piece of the Berlin Wall embedded in the concrete buildings. The Germany Pavilion in Epcot has a small piece of the Berlin Wall embedded into the concrete buildings. Is that true or false? That's what you get for trying to be first. Sorry, Holly. And it is false. So it is false. It sounds like it would be true. However, there is no Berlin Wall. I am being sneaky. There is no Berlin Wall pieces in the Germany buildings. However, a few years ago, they did sell some very specialty steins in the German gift shop, and on the top of the steins was a piece of the Berlin Wall. They were sold for $125 each, and it was like a limited run of like only 2,500 pieces. So if you were thinking, gosh, I know I've heard Berlin Wall in the Germany Pavilion, they were on those steins, not actually created in the buildings. So, you're on your way home. Well, if you lose us, BJ, just be careful. That's more important. We've got Marissa in the lead. Holly's in second place. So, Holly, even though you answered wrong, you're still doing something right. We've got Marty in third, Jamie, and then Tooth Fairy. And yes, there is a piece of the Berlin Wall over at Universal. Holly's right. Next question. The Partners statue was installed on Walt Disney's 100th birthday. I'm trying to remember the answer to this one. And I wrote the question. The Partners statue was installed on Walt Disney's 100th birthday. And the answer to this one is it's false. It was not his birthday. Not his 100th birthday. Does anyone know how old Walt Disney would be? I forget what year he was born. How old would he be now? Well over 100. But I forget. Marissa's holding on to the lead there with first place. Jamie bounces back to second. 1901. Okay, so he'd be 124 years old. Magic Kingdom is located on the southernmost part of the Walt Disney World property. Magic Kingdom is located on the southernmost part of Walt Disney World property. In your heads, are you guys envisioning the map? That's what I did. I got you on the flip again. Gen X, you gotta stick with it. No, that is false. Magic Kingdom is actually in the northernest part of the Walt Disney World property. Picture the app on that's on your phones in the map. You've got Magic Kingdom up here, you've got Epcot just beside it, you've got Hollywood Studios over a little bit, and then over here we've got Animal Kingdom. Magic Kingdom's to the north. All right. The Cinderella Castle Room Suite was originally intended to be an apartment for Walt. The Cinderella Castle Room Suite was originally intended as an apartment for Walt. What do we think about that one? Joseph likes the true or false quizzes. He wants to do this again. And that is true. That is true. And I love that because we all know that Walt did not live long enough for Magic Kingdom to ever actually see the Magic Kingdom. But I love that even though he passed away, they kept the plans that they had already drawn up to include an apartment for him in the castle. So the suite now that is specifically chosen for certain guests to stay in was originally going to be his apartment. All right, question 16, nice and easy. There are 12 pavilions in Epcot. Is that true or false? Gen X, you are cracking me up. You are absolutely cracking me up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your answers in. Time's up. Hi, four-way flashers. That is false. Oh, look. 58% of you said true. How did I confuse you guys on that one? It's false. There are 11 pavilions in Epcot. Yep, Christina says there's 11. There's 11. Okay, we are at question 17 coming up with Marty in the lead. The gray stuff at Be Our Guest restaurant contains dairy. I love that these questions are so off the wall. The gray stuff at Be Our Guest restaurant contains dairy. Fun fact, I don't really like the gray stuff. I've tried it and I know we're supposed to love it, but I'm all like, it's okay. But last second, get those answers in. The gray stuff contains dairy. That is true. It is made with pudding and milk and what's the other ingredient that's dairy? It's not cheese. I think it's pudding and milk. So it's like a mousse. The gray stuff is like a mousse. So, oh, and Christina has sent a DisneyGirlKim gift membership. Thank you, Christina. That's so kind of you. Appreciate that. And your membership gift is being given to Joseph Dion. So, Joseph, you've been gifted by Christina. Thank you, Christina. That's very kind. All right. We have Jamie. Jamie and Marissa and Marty are like flipping back and forth here with first place. You've made the great stuff at home. I may have to try it again, but I don't know. It's a texture thing for me. It's kind of a texture thing. Um, all right, we've got Jamie at 79, Marissa's at 75, Mike's also at 75, Jessica's right there at 75. Oh my gosh, it's like a four-way tie, and Marty at 75. So, what I love is that there have been so many first place people tonight. Y'all are really having to work for it. Okay, we're going to let the timer tick down. Fireworks are starting, by the way, if anybody's also watching Tanya. All right, here we go. Question 18 is about Dole Whip. Dole Whip is only available at Magic Kingdom and not in any other Disney park. Is that true or false? Dole Whip is only available at the Magic Kingdom and not any other Disney park. I think you guys are all going to know this one. It'll just be who is the fastest. And that's false. All right, where else can we get Dole Whip? Y'all know I'm going to have some Dole Whip next week. I actually just had ice cream here tonight while I was watching Tanya with an Starlight parade. Yep, Disney Springs is a place we can have it. The Poly, Animal Kingdom. Yep, absolutely. Those are the other places we can have it. Hi, Annette. Welcome. All right, our next question. The turkey legs at Disney parks are actually made from emu meat. The the turkey legs at Disney parks are actually made from emu meat. Is that true or false? Cheryl had ice cream for lunch. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Disneyland has a peach flavor? I think I read that. I could get down with that. 95% of you said there's no way. We're not eating Limu Emu. Limu Emu. And Doug. Jamie's back in the or holding on to the lead there with 90 on that one. That's what I said. Limu Emu. They do good marketing because we all know that jingle. Here we go with our next question. The Le Cellier Steakhouse in Epcot, Lindsay is probably screaming inside, our Canadian, is located inside a replica of a Canadian castle. The Le Cellier Steakhouse in Epcot is located inside a replica of the Canadian castle. I wish I could turn my volume up for the fireworks, but I won't do that to you guys. And the answer is that is true. That is true. Swish Willie, did you hear that? Lindsay used to work in the Canadian Pavilion. Yep, it is. I forget the name of the actual castle, but it is based off a castle in Canada. So that one is true. We've got Jamie holding on to the lead with Marissa, Mike D, Jess Friends, and Marty still our top 5. Let's see if the rest of 6 to 10 can crop up there. Next question is about the school bread. So the school bread in Norway Pavilion contains no cardamom spice. Do y'all know what cardamom is? The school bread in Norway Pavilion contains no cardamom spice. What do we think? It's like my first question was, what's cardamom? No, I knew what cardamom was. That is false. Okay, raise your hand in the chat if you took a big wild guess at that one. Cardamom is a spice that's in the ginger family, so it's kind of got that gingery taste to it. Oh, I got you with that one. Remember, I smile, but I'm sneaky. So y'all can't trust me for anything on trivia night. Christina G knows. Yep. You did. You have no clue about that. Yep. Yep. Tara knows. Oh, you can't eat anything except for the ice cream. All right. With that, Jamie has broke 100 points. And we've got Marissa, Jess Friends, and Marty, and Mike D still hanging on to our top 5. You always say, oh, Holly. Listen, y'all, I love the school bread with everything in my body. It is so good to me, but it's one of those that people either love it or hate it. Next question, though, we'll come back to that. The kitchen sink dessert at Beaches and Cream includes over 20 scoops of ice cream. The kitchen sink dessert at Beaches and Cream includes over 20 scoops of ice cream. What do we think? I think I ate 20 scoops of ice cream tonight. The answer is, oh, I really fooled you guys with that one. The answer is false. There is not 20 scoops of ice cream in it. How many scoops are there? There's 8. The kitchen sink is made with 8 scoops of ice cream and then every topping that they have to offer. So the whipped cream, the cherries, the everything. All righty, moving on. We've got once a year, you can book a private dining experience inside the Haunted Mansion if you're a DVC member. Once a year, you can book a private dining experience inside the Haunted Mansion if you're a DVC member. What do we think about that one? Joseph says true. The answer is false. However, any of you all secretly work for Disney? I'm putting that out there. That would be something pretty freaking awesome, wouldn't it? I would be like, sign me up. That would get me to buy a DVC. Oh, is that Lori the Story popping in here? Hi, Lori the Story. All right. So, unfortunately, there is not a private dining experience inside the Haunted Mansion. If they did, though, where it would have to be in the ballroom scene. It would totally have to be in the ballroom scene. I know, right? Like, take all my money, let me sign over my 401k. let's go, let's go dine with the ghosts. Wouldn't it be cool if they could like figure out a way to like have um like the gravy boat on strings or something, and it like could like pick up and it could like pour the gravy over top of your steak. You don't like the true and false? Oh, I'm sorry, Kristen. It'll always be different. Hi, Darla. Here we go. Question 24. Phantasmic at Hollywood Studios features a 100-foot dragon. Phantasmic at Hollywood Studios features a 100-foot dragon. Is that true or false? You don't need to retire. Give you the haunted dinner. The answer is it's false. I got you guys again. Yeah, y'all suck at true or false. Can I say that as the host? The answer is false. Okay, the dragon is 45 feet tall. So the Maleficent dragon, she's 45 feet tall, not 100 feet tall. Yeah, you have a 50% chance. With sorry, hold that thought. The enchanted tiki room birds were originally going to be real parrots. The enchanted tiki room birds were originally going to be real parrots. Dun, dun, dun. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get those last answers in there. That is true. That is true. I'm going to hit the pause button. That is true. The enchanted tiki birds, originally that attraction was going to be real trained singing birds at a restaurant. So the tiki room wasn't going to be a show. It was going to be a restaurant, and the birds were going to be in cages nearby. But then someone said, yeah, what about like health reasons? Like, what if there was an accident, or what if the birds got loose, and they were like, yeah, we can't do that. And then they couldn't really use real birds for the singing. They couldn't get them all like trained, and just the logistics of it was bad. So that's how we ended up with the automatron, words are not working tonight, with the audio animatronic birds that we have today. So yeah, Peter would be knocking on the tiki room's door. You thought it could be true. They're like, nah, see, you never know. So y'all will go. Now you guys have something to share at parties. You can say, did you know that the enchanted tiki birds was originally going to be real parrots at a restaurant? Can you imagine? Never mind. I won't say it. Never mind. We're all thinking it. All right. Okay. We're going to move on to question 26. Like the bird flying by. You know what birds do when they fly overhead? All right. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I had paused it. So we've got Marissa in the lead right now with Jamie in second, Jess friends, and then Marty and Erica's in our top 5. Yes, exactly. It'd be like the seagulls at the beach swooping in, stealing your food. The Voices of Liberty Choir were an opening day show beginning in 1982. The Voices of Liberty Choir were an opening day show beginning in 1982. Is that true or false? The lawsuits from the Tiki Room Bird for stealing the Mickey sandwich. Yep. The Voices of Liberty, that is true. They have been around since opening day of 1982 at Epcot. So, and they're so good. I know, John. Yes, that's what I didn't want to say out loud. But yeah, exactly. We can't be having the real birds mixing with that. That's not good. All right. Okay, we've got Jamie back in the lead, Marissa in second. Here you go with question 27. Happily Ever After was the first nighttime show to feature projection mapping. And how ironic, it's on my screen right there in front of me. It looks like it's at the finale part. Yep. It's like the castle is being reborn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last questions or last answers. Happily Ever After was not the first. It was not the first nighttime show to feature projection mapping. That was the show Celebrate the Magic. Celebrate the Magic was first, and then Happily Ever After was the second. So, yeah, at Hollywood Studios. Celebrate the Magic. Yep. Oh, as soon as the fireworks end, at least they'll have the Starlight Parade again. Walt Disney personally approved the script for the Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom. Is that true or false? Walt Disney personally approved the script for the Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom. Question 28. What do we think? The answer is good job, y'all. That is true. And that is true because, oops, sorry. That is true because Walt actually approved that script for the World's Fair in what year was the World's Fair? Was it 64? And then they just brought the entire show over to Magic Kingdom. All right. Question 29. Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond uses live puppetry and digital animation. Finding Nemo uses live puppetry and digital animation. What do we think? 3, 2, 1. That is true. Yep. I always go to the Lion King. I don't go to the Finding Nemo show near enough. I need to do that next time I'm at Animal Kingdom. Someone remind me we should go see the Finding Nemo show because I haven't seen that in forever. And I'll tell you why. Just to be brutally honest about it, the seats at the Finding Nemo show, I don't find them comfortable at all. Like the benches you sit on, and I know we sit on benches like risers at the Lion King too, but the ones over at Nemo are just a killer. So I need my comfort. All righty, we are moving on to question 30, but there are 40 questions tonight. So we're going to move to 30 and beyond. Get the pun? All right. Every room at the Grand Floridian comes with a view of Magic Kingdom. Every room at the Grand Floridian comes with a view of the Magic Kingdom. Is that true or false? What do we think? I see the answers flying in there. We've got 42 answers in so far. Get those last ones in. And it is false. It is false. Not every room has a view of the Magic Kingdom. A lot of them do, but not everyone. So that is false. I am so excited to be staying where I'm staying next week. Yay! I can't talk about it because my niece is probably listening and she doesn't know yet. Alrighty, here we go. The Art of Animation Resort includes suites themed to Cars, Aladdin, and Finding Nemo. The Art of Animation Resort includes suites that are themed to Cars, Aladdin, and Finding Nemo. Colin, I saw your name fly by. Hi there. Are you beating Kenzie or is Kenzie beating you? And that is false. And you guys knew that. The majority of you knew that. So the Art of Animation suites are themed to Cars, Finding Nemo, and The Lion King, with a few Little Mermaid rooms thrown in to boot. Nope, there's no Aladdin. Although it'd be cool if there was, but there's no Aladdin. You hopped at that resort? Yeah. Every time I have stayed there, I've gotten pixie dusted into a suite. And I've been like by myself and they give me a room for 6. The Polynesian resort opened on the same day as Magic Kingdom. The Polynesian resort opened on the same day as the Magic Kingdom. Is that true or false? So we know that would have been 1971. True or false? And that is true. Yep, Polynesian and the Contemporary were the 2 opening day resorts. This needs to be 100. Oh my goodness, Cheryl, you're going to work me to death. I do well to come up with 50 or 40. Hello, welcome in. All right, we are coming into question 33 with Marissa in the lead. The Wilderness Lodge was inspired by Yellowstone National Park's Old Faithful Inn. The Wilderness Lodge was inspired by Yellowstone National Park's Old Faithful Inn. Is that true or false? I love the Wilderness Lodge. It's fast becoming one of my favorites, and not just because of the campfire cupcake. That's true, and most everybody knew that one. So that was kind of a softball question for you. Yeah, it's totally based on Old Faithful Inn, and you've even got the geysers out back. Looks like fireworks are over. Now everybody's running to get their next spot for the next Starlight Parade. Okay, here we go. Question 34 coming up. You can walk from the Boardwalk Inn to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. You can walk from the Boardwalk Inn to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Is that true or false? True or false? You can walk from Boardwalk to Epcot and Hollywood. What do we think? You can, but why would you? No, just kidding. You sure can. You can take that path. It's like a 10-minute walk. It's not very far. Especially in the early mornings. You're walking next to the channel there. It's a nice walk. So technically you can walk to anywhere in Disney. You can walk to McDonald's if you want to. Okay, we're going to question 35. All of the deluxe resorts offer a concierge level room. All the deluxe resorts offer concierge level rooms. Basically, concierge level meaning club level. All the deluxe resorts have club level rooms. I can't speak, and I don't have my iced tea here beside me. You'd rather connect through the Caribbean beach. And Joseph Dion is right on that one. That is true. Every deluxe resort does offer a club level room. All right, we've got Marissa in first, Erica in second. Jess Friends is holding up third place. We've got Marty and Jamie rounding out our top 5. Everybody's over 100 points. We've got Teapot in sixth place. We've got Flipper 88, Dominic, and Kenzie. Going into the next question. The animatronic of John in Carousel of Progress wears a new costume in each scene. Does Beach Club have concierge? Yes, they do. They have club level rooms. The animatronic of John in Carousel of Progress wears a new costume in every scene. True or false? What do you think? That one is true. He is wearing something different. He's actually in each scene. He's wearing an outfit that is pertinent to the time period that he's from. So, gotta love that sweater he's rocking in the 90s scene. I think they should put him in like some apple bottom jeans and, like something really, really 90s. Some like glow. All right, we've got Disney's Pop Century Resort, originally planned to include buildings for the 1900s to the 1940s. So if you know Pop Century, the building decades that are represented are 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And so original plans called for the 1900s to the 1940s to be included. Is that true or false? That is true. That is true. Old Key West is a deluxe resort and no club level. No club level, really? I researched that one twice, and everything I found said that they all were. Sorry about that. That one is true. So as far as the Pop Century goes, the second set of buildings was going to be the 1900s to the 1940s, and it actually sat empty for quite a few years. And then they revived it and turned it into Art of Animation. So Art of Animation was originally going to be like the second phase of Pop Century. And there's actually some good documentaries out there on YouTube about that. Same with Saratoga. Okay, I'm going to do some research, some more in-depth research on that. All right. The water in It's a Small World is dyed blue for visual effect. The water, yeah, there is a margin of error. The water in It's a Small World is dyed blue for visual effect. Is that true or false? Is the water dyed blue? And no, it's not. It's not. It actually is, it's clear water. And then how would I say it? Like the liner or the paint is blue. So that gives it so that clear water reflects the blue, but the water itself is not dyed. So the answer there puts Jess Friends in first, with Erica in second and Jamie in third. Question 39. The smell of fresh cookies on Main Street, USA is artificially pumped into the air. The smell of fresh cookies on Main Street, USA is artificially pumped into the air. You guys ever smell those cookies on Main Street? Oh my gosh, they get me every time. All right, and the answer is, yep, that's true. Disney actually calls that its smellitizer. So they use their smellitizer to push that out into the air to make us all want to go into the confectionery and buy those cookies. They don't need to do that. I'm totally headed into the confectionery to buy those cookies anyway, but but yes, they use their smellitizer. Last question, here we go. Who's going to take the game this week? Slinky Dog Dash reaches a faster top speed than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Slinky Dog Dash reaches a faster top speed than the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Is this true or false? Your final question. It's going to decide the game. And that is true. Slinky Dog Dash, 81% of you knew that. I would have got that one wrong. I would have thought it was the mine train, but it's something like, I forget the exact number, but it's something like Slinky Dog is, I want to say, like 40 miles an hour, and Dwarves is like 35 or something. There's not a whole lot of time between them, but Slinky Dog is faster. All righty, and Jess Friends, Jessica is our winner tonight. Congratulations, Jessica. And we've got Erica in second place and Jamie in third tonight. Rounding out our top five is Marissa, and we've got Teapot in fifth place, which if I'm not mistaken, Teapot, I think that's Tammy, right? We've got sixth place Flipper 88, seventh place is Marty, eighth place is Kenzie, Mike's in ninth place, and L. Witt Jr. rounds out our top 10. But congratulations to everybody because we're all winners just for playing. Jess, I have your information, so I will get with you and send you a prize. Also, Erica, since Jess has won before, I always like to send a prize to second place in that case. So, Erica, I will also get with you if you could send me a message on Instagram and just send me your information so I can send something out to you as well. Okay. So those are our two winners tonight. We have Jess Friends and Erica. That's what I thought, Kenzie. Teapot is your mom. I knew it. I was like, I know that name. Oh, Christina, you don't have to be good as long as all you have to have is a good time. That's all that matters. So near yet so far, she said. No, Erica, you're a winner too. All right. Let's see. Kevin says, woohoo, 26th place. You're the 26th runner up. And Marissa kicked your rear just like you predicted. Hey, at least you were there trying, right? Anna, hello. It's good to see you tonight. Thanks for popping in. Okay, John. So the mine train is 34 and Slinky tops out about 40. Okay, I was close. I was real close. Yeah, four-way flashers. Thank you for being here. It was fun. I had fun putting this one together. I did. I would giggle as I was like, like, I wonder if they'll get this one. Can you get a whoop whoop for 26? Whoop whoop. All right. Colin and Dr. P bombed. I saw Colin's name. Okay, so when you guys are entering your answers in, I can see, I see who gets their answers in fast because it goes zoop, zoop. And I saw Colin's name flying by. Dr. P, I'm sorry, I never saw your name go flying by. Oh, I know. Your little okay, so Gidget went to bed. Opal's here. Let me turn off. Let me stop sharing my stream or my screen. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, my house is hot too. I don't have my ceiling fan on. Opal's here. She's tired. They have been at the babysitter for 3 days while I was in Disney, and they play and play and play and play, and she's so tired. Also so tired. She's ready to go to bed. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So I hope this doesn't disappoint anybody, but next week, because I will be in Disney all week, we will not be having trivia next Tuesday. Okay. So next Tuesday is postponed. Oh, Christina, you didn't get the job. I'm sorry. Keep trying. Don't give up. Keep trying. You need a combination of all four multiple choice. Oh, that will come. That will come. So I like to try things out first and just make sure that it's like a format that's going to work for us. But yeah, so we will definitely continue. We will definitely continue on with trivia. But I am taking next Tuesday off. Let's see what else is going on. So I will be next Monday through Friday. I'll be streaming. So the different times will pop up for you on your on your channel or on your YouTube. So the best way to make sure you know where I am and what I'm doing is to be subscribed to the channel and set your bell to all. Okay. Where are we going to go? I'll probably be hopping around to all the different parks. So I'm sure I'll be a little bit of everywhere next week. I'll be bugging everybody I see that I know, I'm sure. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, so that's what's going on with me. The rest of this week, I don't know how much you guys will see me because I got to get so much done before I can even think about going. So, tomorrow I have 150 different errands to run. So, I worked all day today. So, I didn't do anything today. So, all right. Well, yeah. There's Opal. She already went back. She already laid back down and went to sleep. She is tired. You'll be having cookies at the confectionery next week instead of trivia? Yeah, probably. We'll be watching Starlight one night. We'll be, I'll try and do Happily Ever After. I don't know with the heat. what I'll be able to do. All I can tell you guys is right now in July and August, show all your streamers that you watch all the grace that you can, because I'm just going to tell you, it is really hard to be out there right now. It is unbelievably hot. It's very easy to get overheated. Um, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. I am packing my fan. Okay. I never unpack my Disney stuff, just so you guys know, because I could decide on a whim that, okay, I need to be in Disney right now. Kind of like the Mardi Gras before last, when Tanya was like, I'll come back and go to this Mardi Gras party tonight. I'm like, can be there by 5. So I never unpack my Disney bag except for my clothes. I take my clothes out, wash them, and then I make sure everything's repacked so I can literally just pick up my bag and go. And I have done that. But I'm going to let you all go. You all don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to leave my stream. I set it up. I knew Tanya would probably be finished by the time I'm looking up at my TV. I knew that she would probably be finished by the time we finished trivia. She did just sign off. She sent all of her viewers over to Ron. So I have you all set up to go over to Ron so that you can watch the second Starlight here in 25 minutes if you want to watch the parade again with Ron. As you head into his stream, tell him DisneyGirlKim said hello and that the frequent flyers have arrived. So everybody have a great night. Erica and Jess, I'll get with you. And I will see you all next Monday in person from Walt Disney World. So have a good night. Thank you all for playing. Opal and April. I started to say April. Opal's not in here. I was with Aloha April all day. So yesterday. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Marty M. Hi, Marty. How you feeling? You doing better? Diz, love, and Robin, miss you. You all, quick PSA. If you are getting ready to go on your own vacation, make sure you check out Magical Resort Run. That is Robin's grocery delivery service. We all know about it. We love it. She does the best ever. She's also a personal shopper, with the exception of the Talking Mickey popcorn bucket or these Starlight bubble wands. She cannot mail those. Okay. But anything else, all the t-shirts, anything else that you would desire, reach out to Robin on her Facebook page and she will help you get the Disney Parks merch that you need. So she's actually actively watching for shirts for me right now. So, all right, you guys have a great one and I will see you very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night, Gen X. Don't let Marissa rub it in too much. Good night, Amy. Good night, Lori. Thank you to the moderators. Appreciate you guys. Good night, Marty. Good night, Erica. Good night, Matthew. Good night, Christina G. Keep your head up. You'll get that. You'll get a job. Don't worry about it. You just keep pushing forward. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Yoo-hoo. Bye, everybody. And as Stitch would say on the train with the new spiel, thank you. Bye.